This podcast is not for the overly sensitive, the terminally optimistic, or anyone who thinks dating in your 50s is a whimsical romantic comedy. Listener discretion is advised.
This is Girls Can Tell, your weekly dose of brutal honesty, hosted by Trent Erickson, who's seen it all.
Let's go back a few days to July 3rd, Chicago. The city's already coming apart at the seams, smelling like burnt hot dogs, burnt fingers, and poor choices. Dusk hits, and the weirdos start spewing out. Off-leash, stray dogs with no tags running loose, shirtless dads jogging like they just remembered they have functional legs, people on scooters darting in and out of traffic without so much as a glance, no helmets, no sense of anyone else. Rollerblades? Effing rollerblades are back. Like it's 1990 and EMF just dropped a new one. Remember EMF? I think they had one hit. By 10 p.m., it's a full-blown circus. Rooftops, alleys, the streets, on the lake, near the lake, in your goddamn nightmares. These normally non-existent humans are everywhere, doing whatever they want, wherever they want. Sidewalks, theirs. Streets, theirs. The lakefront, theirs. Your apartment, theirs. Your peace of mind, trashed. Welcome to the 4th of July, or as I call it, Chicago's Great Idiot Purge. Every summer I brace for this invasion. The second July hits, Chicago streets begin turning into a free-range asylum. People I've never seen before, people I'm sure don't exist the rest of the year, crawl out of some city storage unit, ready to wreck everyone's weekend. It's literally a hostile takeover. Think The Purge, but instead of cool machete murders, it's assholes with sparklers and enough weed smoke to choke out the entire Chicago metropolitan area. I'm definitely not anti-American, but I'm definitely anti-idiocy. And nothing screams idiocy louder than these degenerate dickheads turning my city into an embarrassment filled with fake patriotic and very real human trash. First off, who the hell are these people? Where are they the other 11 months and 20-some-odd days of the year? Are they locked in a warehouse with the snowplows, allowed out just for this? They're not from here. I've walked these streets long enough to know residents of Chicago, the bodega guys, the dog walkers, the CTA drivers who hate their lives while I simultaneously hate their driving. These 4th of July freaks, they're not part of this city. They're outside assholes, dropped in to make sure nobody gets a second of peace. And it's hardly just one kind of chaos. It's a whole buffet of bullshit. You've got influencers doing barefoot yoga in the middle of parks, filming it for their 12 followers like they're curing cancer. You've got dudes in American flag tank tops playing bags in traffic because nothing says freedom like a beanbag thrown into a hole in traffic. Then there's the guy slinging vape pens while his cousin sets off M80s in the alley. It's a clown show, and every clown is dumber than the last. This has nothing to do with pride in America. It's about entitlement. July 4th is the one day these dipshits feel justified making a spectacle. Fireworks are a power trip instead of a celebration now. They didn't buy a sparkler. They bought the loudest, most obnoxious explosives you could buy in Indiana and fit into their rusted-out 2001 Chevy Blazer. And now they're going to make sure every soul in Cook County knows it. It's not fun or festive. It's a giant F you to everyone else. It's totally cool if you want to loudly celebrate your freedom. Then drive to a cornfield in Gary, Indiana, light your M100s, blow 3 fingers off, and leave us out of it. The funniest part is that nobody has any clue that you're the one responsible for the annoyance because who the hell knows where fireworks actually come from, besides you and your 3 cousins who saw you set it off. So now you just made a bold statement like a coward, anonymously. You're like people who protest while wearing masks, but that's the idiot mentality these people have. But here's the part I never hear anyone talk about. It's not just the noise, it's the mess. Come July 5th, Chicago looks like the entire city had a frat party in a war zone. Parks, sidewalks, alleys, streets, everywhere you look, it's a carpet of firework carcasses. Burned out cardboard tubes, half-exploded Roman candles, wrappers, beer cans, liquor bottles, makeshift barbecue pits with charcoal left behind in the burnt areas of grass, someone's shoe. It's always just one shoe, like who doesn't realize they lost a shoe the moment they lose it? And God knows what else strewn across every inch of public space. These assholes don't just ruin the night with their noise, they completely trash the city and walk away like it's not their problem. Who do they think cleans this shit up? Some magical park district fairy? Their mom? The same city workers who are already overworked and underpaid? The answer is nobody. It just sits there as a lasting middle finger to all of us who actually live here. And why should I be surprised? If you're enough of a prick to set off half sticks of dynamite in a parking garage at 3:40 a.m., why the hell would you care about picking up your mess? You're an asshole from start to finish. The litter's just the proof you don't give a damn about anyone or anything beyond your own childish thrill. You light your mortars, you make your noise, you leave your garbage, and you go back to whatever hole you crawled out of. Meanwhile, the rest of us are stepping over your debris for weeks, cursing your existence. You're like what a 9-year-old's idea of cool is. I'm not asking for peace and quiet. I'm not some grumpy shut-in yelling at kids to get off my lawn, but I'm begging for just one day during the first full week of July where I don't have to turn my apartment into a fallout shelter to keep my dog from losing her shit, where I don't have to pump her full of multiple hardcore medications, a hood that holds her ears down to dampen her hearing using something called a happy hoodie. Yes, that's what it's called. She's not exactly happy wearing it. Then blast a white noise machine, get into the soundproof bathroom I made, and still be on the bathroom floor with her until 4 a.m., holding a shaking golden doodle, wondering why my dog has PTSD because some idiots can't control themselves. They're lighting fireworks off in parking garages. Who hears a boom bouncing off concrete and thinks, let's do 50 more? What are you celebrating? That you didn't lose a finger? Unfortunately. That you found fireworks that sound like they were stolen from a military base? Cool. You're a complete prick. And it's not just me or just pet owners, veterans with real trauma, old folks who just want to sleep, parents with babies, people with sensory issues are all trapped in this nightmare. But the city doesn't care. A call to 911 would probably get you literally laughed off the line. The cops might show up, but only to arrest you for filing a false report and wasting their time. Enforcement's non-existent. The cops are too busy breaking up gunfights at illegal block parties to care about a noise complaint or a trash pile in the park. Hell, I'm sure our own mayor is out there leading the charge with all the other assholes. The worst part isn't the noise or the litter, it's the smugness and the fake patriotism. These are the same people who have been shitting on the country all year, complaining endlessly about taxes, roads, politics, and the nation, who are suddenly dressed like they're heading to a Kid Rock concert. Flag shorts that don't fit, tank tops screaming, these colors don't run. Well, they run every red light on their way to their 5th barbecue. You love America? Prove it. Pay your parking tickets, pick up your dog's shit, clean up your goddamn firework wrappers, and stop screaming about how horrible it is constantly. That's patriotism. Not turning a cul-de-sac into Fallujah because you saw it on TikTok. And it's not just one day. It's a week-long siege. July 3rd, 4th, 5th. Hell, some of these psychos start in June like they're rehearsing for it. Nobody needs a 10-day preview of your patriotism. You're not dropping a movie trailer. Wrap it up. The whole thing is so hollow. Fake reverence for a country they refuse to engage with and claim to be embarrassed by. Fake community from people who don't know their neighbors' names. Fake joy because half of these ass clowns look miserable, chugging warm Miller Lite and yelling at their kids while a sparkler burns their hands. It's all noise and trash to cover up the fact that nobody knows what they're even celebrating anymore. They slap a flag on a koozie, light a firework, leave a mess, and call it a holiday. Meanwhile, the real Chicagoans, the ones who keep this city running, us, are locked in our apartments praying for the 5th of July. What are we even celebrating? Independence? From what? These people aren't free. They're glued to their phones and couldn't light a firework without the help of a YouTube tutorial. The one screaming loudest about liberty would collapse without DoorDash and a functioning GPS. It's uneducated, pathetic losers. So here's my Independence Day. I don't go out, I don't celebrate, I bunker down with my dog, noise-canceling headphones, and the same heavy-duty meds Will Ferrell almost used to sedate that pony in Old School. Not for me, for her. My apartment's a fortress, and I ride out the weekend like it's a war zone. I'd move to the suburbs if I thought it'd be better, but I know it isn't just a Chicago problem, it's an America problem. July 4th isn't a holiday anymore as much as a relentless, inconsiderate, skull-rattling sound. With parks trashed, sidewalks littered, alleys looking like a bomb went off because it literally did. But don't worry, the same hypocritical dipshits who caused all this destruction in the name of patriotism will be right back to publicly cursing this nation tomorrow, causing a different kind of destruction. I mean, just as soon as they get over their hangovers and peel off their red, white, and blue half-tops. You can leave a voicemail from our website, girlscantellpodcast.com, and you'll see the voicemail button on the right lower side. It looks like a microphone. I think you'll figure that out. It's on all the pages. You can always email us as well at girlscantellpodcast@gmail.com. Find us at Girls Can Tell Podcast on X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you're spending your time, where new videos are released daily. New episodes drop every Tuesday, and make sure you subscribe, leave a review, comment, and rate the show. You can do it all from the website, girlscantellpodcast.com. And I realize I've been a little angry these past couple of episodes, and I get the emails telling me this. There's been a lot going on in my life recently, so maybe that's why. But I hear you. Stacy, Anton, Kim, and Richard, just to name a few. And I promise to come back next week with some lighter stuff so I don't, scare the kids listening with you in the car. Yikes. Ooh, boy. Sorry about that.